But of course my groom showed me up. When we got married 10 years ago, he made me this as a wedding present. He made me an empty album, picture of us on there, and then it had pages for the next 10 years. So I've put in pictures for all our different 10 years. So this is from our wedding day, from our invitation. And then we had when the girl was born, the year after. I don't know if you can even see these, haha. The year after, when we moved to Duluth, bought a house up here near the train tracks, right side of the tracks. Camping in Colorado, ginormous Titanic belly when I was pregnant with Paco. Remember Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet on the front of this thing? Yeah. My dad died that year, so we then have a picture of interring him in Montana, his ashes. But we have Paco being born. Look at that bloody mess. And the kid is still a bloody mess. Bought a new house in Duluth, the one we live in now. Kids at Halloween, how cute are they? Dude, probably can't even see them. Here we go. Next Halloween, the following year. So it's all the pictures from our last 10 years. All the things we've done. Skiing, going to Guatemala a few years ago. Skiing up and down our roads before they get plowed after a big storm. Beautiful children, healthy, lucky. Here's our invitation for the party, which threw a lot of people because it says, this is a painting that my husband did, by the way. 10 years of marriage, 5 squash, 3 houses, 16 urgent care visits, 2 kids, 12 jobs, 4 affairs, 474 friends, and 1 new kitchen. Now, of course, we put the 4 affairs in there merely as a reading test, and it really threw our guests. A lot of them were like, so, these 4 affairs, is there something you need to tell us? So we'd figured out ahead of time who our 4 affairs would be. Miss Sylvia, our espresso machine, she's one. It's a 3-way. And actually, we all kind of have mutual crushes for other ones. Tina Fey, because we would like to lick the makeup off her face. Both of us. Craig Ferguson, late night television's Craig Ferguson, who I have a huge crush on. And then, of course, Omar from The Wire. If you haven't watched The Wire, and you ever do, you just remember, Jocelyn doesn't go around getting hot for people, but for Omar on The Wire, oh yeah. So for my gift this year, this book was filled. My husband gave me a cover for it. He did some little cutting here, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, 6 year, that goes on and on. But of course he had to give me a replacement book, so he made me a new book. And this has the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it goes down to 10, and each is divided in 2 for 20 years. And then he's given me a blank book to fill with photos for the next 10 years. It's an awesome gift. We also had neighborhood children make us pictures. Yeah, da da da. This is my favorite though. Actually, she's a kid in my kids' class. Nice. And a couple other things that were really fun about our party, our open house, were we're getting rid of all of our CDs. Well, except very, very favorites. But I have a lot that I haven't put in a machine since 1995. I'm sorry, Tori Amos. I'm sorry, Counting Crows. And so I've been dumping them into iTunes. Then, of course, we back up our computer, so we've got our, iTunes. Our music is on an external hard drive. It's on DVD. We have it everywhere. Don't freak out that we're getting rid of the CDs already. It kills people. I don't need the stuff. So I put an enormous bunch of CDs out. This is all that remains. There were hundreds and hundreds, and only these few remain. For the life of me, I can't figure out why no one claimed Eddie Money's greatest hits. Do they not want 2 tickets to paradise? So people walked out with CDs, free CDs, and one other thing we had them do, my daughter is kind of a social studies person, and she really likes doing surveys where she comes up with questions for people, and then we email it out or we hand it out. We've done it in her class in 2nd grade, and people write out answers. Then she gets to organize the names alphabetically, use a 3-hole punch, and get a binder, and she gets to put them all in. So she has a new set of questions, and we made a bunch of copies and put them out on the coffee table. Her survey this time is called Tell Me Something, and it has questions like, if you could choose your name, what would it be? You want to know my answer, don't you? For me, it would be Pippa Scrumptious. That's my name. Describe one of the best days of your life. What is your favorite movie ever and why? Describe your dream house. Tell me about your best friend when you were 9. What instrument did you play? What have you always dreamed of looking like? What is your ideal job? What did you always wish for as a child but never get? The 4-year-old next door, by the way, her answer to that was more clothes. What would you rather have the ability to do? Breathe underwater, fly, or become invisible, and why? So we had a stack of new surveys filled out, and the one thing we forgot to do during the party was show off this fabulous piece of folk art over here. When we got married in 1999, we had our guests that weekend, anyone who wanted to stop by before the ceremony, into a special room on the campus, was asked to cut up fabric, use fabric markers, and make a quilt block. And then my mom spent the next year quilting all of these things people made. So what's interesting for us with this as a document right now is not so many of the people who made these blocks have died. 1 or 2 have. But probably 5 or 6 of the couples who created a single block have since divorced or broken up. And I won't highlight who, but they know who they are. Anyhow, so we have this really cool, I don't really have a great place to display it. We need to find a big wall to hang it on. But my mom quilted all these different blocks, and it's been kind of a lasting testament to a really great marriage, and as Saturday night was, a really great community of friends.